While you're hitting snooze for the third time, there's someone across town who's already finished their workout, planned their entire day, and completed the most important task on their list. It's 7 a.m., and they've been awake for 3 hours. This isn't about genetics or superhuman willpower. This is about the 4 a.m. millionaire routine, and it might be the single most powerful habit separating you from the life you actually want. Here's what nobody tells you about success. It's not built during business hours. By the time most people start their workday, the game is already decided. The ultra-wealthy understood something fundamental about time that average people miss completely. The hours between 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. are different. They operate under different rules. There are no emails, no phone calls, no meetings, no interruptions, just you, your goals, and 3 hours of pure, focused silence. Let me paint you a picture of what most people's mornings look like. The alarm goes off. They hit snooze. They wake up rushed, already behind. They check their phone immediately, flooding their brain with other people's priorities, problems, and drama. They skip breakfast or grab something unhealthy. They sit in traffic, stressed and reactive. By the time they arrive at work, they're already mentally exhausted, and they haven't even started the actual work yet. They've given away their morning, which means they've given away their power. Now contrast that with the 4 a.m. routine. You wake up before the world needs anything from you. Your mind is fresh, clear, and undistracted. Your willpower is at its peak. You have complete control over the first 3 hours of your day. This is when millionaires do their deepest thinking, their hardest work, and build the habits that compound into extraordinary results. But why specifically 4 a.m.? Here's the science. Your brain produces different brainwave patterns during early morning hours. You're transitioning from theta waves, which are associated with creativity and insight, into alpha waves, perfect for focused learning and problem solving. Your cortisol levels peak around 4 to 6 a.m., giving you natural energy without needing caffeine. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for complex decision-making and discipline, is fully charged after sleep. Essentially, your biology is designed to perform at its absolute best in the early morning. There's also something psychological happening. When you win the battle of waking up at 4 a.m., you've already won the hardest fight of your day. Everything else becomes easier. You build what psychologists call self-efficacy. You prove to yourself that you can do hard things, that you can keep promises to yourself, that you have control over your impulses. This confidence radiates into every other decision you make throughout the day. Let me share the exact 4-phase routine that successful people follow. Phase 1 is mind. This is the first 30 minutes. You start with silence, meditation, journaling, or simply sitting with your thoughts. This isn't mystical nonsense. You're deliberately putting yourself in a calm, centered state before the chaos of the day begins. You're not reacting. You're intentionally choosing your mental state. Then you review your goals, visualize your ideal day, and clarify your top 3 priorities. Most people operate on autopilot. You're being strategic. Phase 2 is body. This is minutes 30 to 60. Movement. It doesn't have to be an intense workout, though it can be. The goal is to activate your physiology. Go for a walk, do some stretching, lift weights, practice yoga. When you move your body early in the morning, you're signaling to your nervous system that it's time to be alert and alive. You're increasing blood flow to your brain, releasing endorphins, and setting an energetic tone for the day. People who exercise in the morning are 40% more likely to stick with their fitness routine long term. Phase 3 is skill. Minutes 60 to 90. This is learning time. Read for 30 minutes. Listen to an audiobook. Take an online course. Study something related to your field or a skill you want to develop. Here's why this matters. If you read just 20 pages a day, that's 7,300 pages a year. That's approximately 15 to 20 books. If you do this for 10 years, you've consumed 150 to 200 books, while most people haven't finished one. You become the most knowledgeable person in any room. Knowledge compounds just like money. The more you have, the faster it grows. Phase 4 is action. Minutes 90 to 180. This is your deep work block. You tackle the single most important task that will move your life or business forward, not emails, not busy work. The thing that actually matters. The thing that creates value, generates income, or builds your future. For a writer, it's writing. For an entrepreneur, it's product development or strategy. For someone building a side business, it's client work or marketing. You complete this before 7 a.m., which means you've already accomplished more than most people do all day. Now here's where people fail. They hear about the 4 a.m. routine and try to force it without changing anything else. They stay up until midnight, set an alarm for 4 a.m., wake up exhausted, suffer through a terrible morning, and quit after 2 days. The 4 a.m. routine doesn't start at 4 a.m. It starts the night before. You need to reverse engineer your evening. If you need 7 hours of sleep, you need to be asleep by 9 p.m. That means winding down by 8 p.m. No screens, no stimulation, no heavy meals. Your environment matters. Set out your workout clothes the night before. Prepare your coffee or tea. Eliminate decisions. Make it so easy that your half-asleep self can't mess it up. Put your alarm across the room so you have to physically get out of bed to turn it off. Use a sunrise alarm clock that gradually increases light, mimicking natural dawn. The first 60 seconds after your alarm goes off are the most critical. If you negotiate with yourself, you've already lost. Count backwards from 5 and move. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, feet on the floor. And here's the truth, most motivational content won't tell you. The first 2 weeks will be brutal. Your body will resist. You'll feel tired. You'll question whether it's worth it. This is normal. You're rewiring decades of conditioning. But around week 3, something shifts. Your body adapts. You start waking up naturally before your alarm. You feel energized. You start to crave that quiet morning time. By week 6, you can't imagine living any other way. The real magic isn't just in the productivity, it's in the identity shift. You become someone who does hard things, someone who honors commitments to themselves, someone who doesn't need external motivation because they've built internal discipline. This changes how you see yourself, and when your identity changes, everything changes. Think about the compound effect. 3 extra focused hours every morning. That's 21 hours a week. That's 1,095 hours a year. That's the equivalent of 45 full days of focused work. Imagine what you could build, learn, or create with 45 extra days of peak performance every single year. Over a decade, that's 450 days. That's more than an entire year of productive time that your competition simply doesn't have. The 4 a.m. routine isn't about waking up early. It's about taking radical ownership of your life. It's about refusing to let circumstances, distractions, or other people's agendas control your time and energy. It's about understanding that how you start your day determines the trajectory of your entire life. So here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning, set your alarm for 4 a.m. Just try it once. Experience what those 3 quiet hours feel like. Notice the clarity, the peace, the sense of control. Then decide if that feeling is worth protecting. I think you'll find that once you taste that kind of morning, you'll never want to go back to rushed, reactive, chaotic starts ever again. The millionaires are already awake. The question is, will you join them?